What are the fears and hopes in the covered bond market? Well, you know, the fear is I think over-regulation or regulation that is not equally applied to all parties. And I think the hope is we have harmonization and we have a level playing field.
The markets are concerned that a legislative harmonization could damage the system, the national system, which are working well now. And the hope is that obviously harmonization will make markets more efficient, less fragmented, and overall will make the market function better, and this will help lending to not only the real estate sector but to the real economy overall, and this will help the European economy.
The biggest hope is that the harmonization will be something that is more principle based, where there is actually room for all the different European models, I would say.
What are the fears and hopes in the covered bond market? Well, the fears is that the regulatory framework kills it, and the hopes is that the liquidity is not only coming from the ECB but also from the market.
I think the fear is that the ECB will end up buying every single cover bond in the market, and the hope is that at some point it will normalize and there will be more issuance and people get back to normal.
The fears and hopes for the covered bond market. Well, the fear is ultimately that it continues to operate in the manner it has. Very, very tight spreads, negative yields up until 7-10 years, for example. This potentially could do structural damage to the market in the long term. My hopes for the covered bond market is less influence from likely the ECB, and it comes back to more of a, let's say, market-determined model.
What are the fears and hopes in the covered bond market? Even lower spreads, of course, is my hope in the covered bond market as an issuer.
The fears are that the non-European economic area jurisdictions are excluded from the market. That's the biggest fear in the market, and if UCITS continues to be the application for eligibility, I'm afraid that's going to be a reality rather than a fear.
I think certainly the fears are very much around harmonisation, the covered bond directive. I think fears is perhaps a strong word. I think what we're very much focused on is getting the right result, delivering the right kind of framework so that the market continues to function as well as it does currently.
And the hopes?
The hopes, certainly that we continue to go from strength to strength, that we see covered bonds developing globally. We're seeing that already. We're seeing amazing developments in the Brazilian markets. I think we would hope to see that continue into the future in other jurisdictions.
The covered bond market is more than 100 years, at least in Germany, with the German Pfandbrief in the market. Let's hope that it stays for another 100 years.